Hi, this is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. We've been looking at headphones over the last few weeks. We've looked at this pair before. This is the Shure SRH750DJ. Great headphones, about $149 online. Well, I've had some people asking to compare those to the Shure SRH550DJ. This is the step down from the 750. $99 compared to $150, $100 compared to $150. And a question became for a lot of guys is it worth the extra $50 to jump from the 550s to the 750 or backwards, whichever. So I'm going to take them out. We're going to look at each one of them, talk about some of the pluses and minuses, what have you, compare them, and give you our thoughts. So first we're going to look at the Shure SRH750DJ. These are the $150 one, about that online right now. Of course, they're DJ, so they can have the 90-degree turn for cueing and doing your things. You can replace wires. This particular set, I've listened to these, of course, and they sound pretty good. Very good, as a matter of fact. It comes with some replaceable ear pads, so once these get all gross, if you're a sweaty DJ, these can get kind of gross. So you've got an extra pair, and you've got some wire. The wire is, of course, a springy wire. It has the coil on it, so if you're stepping away, it's not going to rip out of the jack and such. Very common with high-end DJ headphones. This is the 750. Now let's open up the 550 and take a look and see what those look like. So this is the SRH550DJ. This would be the step down. These are about $100 online. First thing I noticed is, of course, the wire is not interchangeable. You can't remove and replace if you get it pinched in something. Secondly, the wire isn't a flat or any type of thing. It's just a standard 2-wire. No coil with that, so basically if you happen to step away, this could pull your board if you step away with that. It's got the gold tipped end. It has the 1/8. It's got the 1/4-inch jack. It's got a bag with it, and that's pretty much it for the 550. So let's take a look at it a little bit, comparing the size. We've got the 750 and the 550. You'll see that the ear pieces are a little bit larger on the 750 than 550. Now, this is kind of one of the areas I wanted to show you a little bit more of. Looking at the inside, you've got the 550 and the 750. So you've got a little larger spot to get your ear inside. With the 750, it will fully encompass the ear, where the 550 doesn't encompass the ear as much as just kind of presses up against it. So that's a little bit of a difference. Thickness of the ear pad, you'll see the 750 is about 50% thicker than the 550 ear pad. I want to look at some of the specs, so let's look at some of those specs and see how they compare that way. Specs between the 750, the SRH750DJ, and the SRH550DJ from Shure. First off, they're using the same magnet. The transducer is a 50mm transducer in these. Same magnet pretty much in both of them, at least the same size. Secondly, frequency response. The 750 actually has a greater frequency response. It has more on the high end. It goes up to like 30K, where this is 22K. Can we hear that? If you've been a DJ for a while, you probably can't, but it is what it is. Secondly, volume or volume rating, the dB rating. This is at 106 dB, and actually the 550 outdoes it at 109 dB. Yeah, well, it is what it is. So, the rest of the ratings are pretty much the same between the 750 and the 550. What I want to do is I want to listen to these two, and I'll give you my thoughts on the sound quality between the 550 and the 750. So I'm going to start out with the 550s. I've got those hooked up. I've got a decent sound quality, of course. What would you expect? The noise cancellation is pretty good. I can barely hear the snapping of the fingers in the sides. And I pretty much have a full range sound coming through the headphones. This is the 550s. Now let's compare it to the 750. So now I have the 750s, and take a listen to those. Very good sound, of course, I know that. Finger snapping cancellation, I would say is about the same. But there is a little bit of a difference in the quality of the sound that's coming through the headphones. The 750 just give us a little richer sound is probably the best way to describe it. But we're talking minute differences. If you're really an audiophile, the 750 definitely has a full range sound that you would like compared to the 550s. 550s are very, very good, don't get me wrong, and it might be partial due to that cup that encompasses the ear as opposed to just pushing up against the side of your ear. Good question. But the 750 definitely wins when it comes to sound quality. Another feature that I was comparing it to is this replaceable cord. The 750, I can take this off, I can replace the cord, and this gets bad, I can get a new one, and it's only 10 bucks. The 550, if this cord gets pinched, if you take a look at that, I can't replace it. This becomes pretty much garbage unless I want to try to cut this and splice, and that's like next to impossible when you're talking about headphone wires. So 750 definitely gets a nod there. Connection-wise, they're both the same on the 1/8" jack. Sometimes with iDevices, the 1/8" jacks have to be kind of a certain way to be able to get in with some of the cases. I didn't see any difference between the two, so as far as the 1/8" jack being iDevice friendly, I think it is. It works well with my iDevice. I've got an iPad and an iPhone I hooked this into. Worked well without interfering, so that doesn't give you a big difference. Weight-wise, the 750 is a little heavier, not much, I mean very, very minor, but the build, the quality of the build, the thickness of the plastics and the headphone padding, little touches with these things just make the 750 just a little bit better. Of course, what would you expect? It's a little more expensive. Overall, if you were going to be a DJ who used your headphones every weekend and used your headphones a lot, I would highly recommend looking at the 750 over the 550. If you're buying headphones for staff, the 550 definitely would be the way to go. If you're only using them once in a while, the 550 is the way to go. If you're doing it a lot, the cable and the comfort level and the encompassing of the whole ear on the 750 is definitely something to weigh out. Personally, I DJ enough where I would look at the 750, but now for my DJs, I'd probably look at more of the 550 for staff members if I were going to go that route. So you can check these out. I'll put some links in the description below to all the SRH series headphones, because there's a whole lot going from very inexpensive all the way up to some that are twice the cost of some are pushing that $300 range. But there's a lot of cool stuff there from Shure. Check that out at the link below. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News.